TC Spiritual Shepherd, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to get into a few of the videos that I'm going to be cultivating, but ultimately the preface of this video is be the athlete and the scholar. And the scholar. A lot of people are either just dumb and buff, dumb and fit, or they're smart and scrawny. So be the athlete and the scholar. Be the highest scholar that you could be. Be the highest athlete that you could be. I remember, I even forget what it was called, but it's like something that you get rewarded in high school where it's just like, I think it's literally called the scholar athlete. Yeah, I think it's literally called the scholar athlete. And that was the one fucking thing that I wanted. That was the one thing that I wanted. And I feel like I deserve it now. Like I feel like I'm carrying that energy more in this day and age that I would be rewarded that. But in that type of lifestyle of like high school and all this other stuff, I didn't like homework. I didn't train harder than other people at those times. I didn't study as hard as some of the straight A students that to this day, either my family or my friends still admire. I have no problem saying any of this to anybody. Like I always like felt this like lower self-esteem to it where I was just like, well shit, like clearly I don't hit 3 home runs every game. Okay, so that sucks, And then and it was just like very judgmental. And then the other one is just like, well, clearly I don't ace every test that I take. But then I realized tests aren't everything. Home runs aren't everything. Specifically because you can hit a lot of home runs on that side of the foul pole. You can hit a lot of home runs that don't count. Okay, you can hit a lot of home runs that don't count. So that was a big thing too. A lot of my thing was work ethic. I realized that there were people who were better than me, which I'm thinking of a few, and now they're fat. They're fat, bro. What the fuck? You're my age, bro. You're younger than me. I hope you're watching this. I don't care if you have kids. You are in your 20s. No fucking way. No fucking way. So, that's what I believe about that, obviously. I'm not saying, hey, if you're 40 and 50, if that's what you want to do and how you want to live your life, by all means. But you're fucking 20s. You just came out of high school where you were fit, where you were sprinting, where you were running, where you're young. And then you're going to be like, well, I'm in my 30s now. You're going to justify that you're already fucking old. That's wild, bro. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm too divergent sometimes for this place because it's like you see straight through. You see straight through all the illusions. Why do they sing happy birthday? Why do you have a celebration every month? And some of this shit is so fucking outlandish, but we don't celebrate the real shit. Like the real shit. So, ultimately, be the athlete and the scholar. Receive the scholar athlete. So, what do I mean? I mean that there's multiple ways of studying that they've never taught you in school. Theta state studying, studying while you're sleeping, learning while you're sleeping, training. Never taught you breath work. Never taught you breath work when you were pitching. Never taught you breath work when you were playing center field. Never taught. Maybe I would have done better on my laps if we did, 2 to 3 rounds of breath work. Never taught us that. I'm not coming at the coaches or anything. I'm just saying that it wasn't taught enough to anybody. Like, where did we fall asleep as a society? Where did we fall asleep that our breath, if we cultivate our pranayama, we cultivate our breath, the energy within our breath, we are more energized. You're so tired you can't stay through a class. You're so tired you can't get up to make a better food that will give you energy. Do you see the ass backwardness of that? Because the whole thing about this is that it's about the fruits of the Spirit. Long suffering. One of them, long suffering. Okay? Don't stop. Keep going. You are what you choose to accept to have within and without, in and around. What you possess, others need. What you need, others possess. So, in this cultivation, I want you guys to understand. That if you are fit and stupid, you need to study more. You need to study just like you train. You need to study hypertrophy. You need to have studying hypertrophy. You need to study hypertrophy. Okay? So it's not just about studying to get big. It's not about that. But it's also studying to get big. So you got big brains, bro. Okay? Now, the next thing is if you are intelligent, like you are incredibly smart, it is your goal to, this is literally Stoicism philosophy, okay? This is literally like beautiful philosophy, but it is our duty to at least once in our life experience our physical excellence and peaked physique. Okay? It is our duty to experience it at least once, that we are so incredibly gifted in the physical realm. Also, whilst cultivating mental, emotional, and spiritual aspects that will be channeled through the chi into the body. Body, mind, soul, energy, the Trinity, the real Trinity. That's really what it is. Body, mind, soul. Body, mind, soul. Okay? Now, one big cultivation to this is that if you are fit, I would say, study 3 hours a day. If you are smart, train 2 to 3 hours a day or an hour in between, or do different segments. So do even like 3 45-minute sessions. Okay? But get into the point where you don't have to always overwork yourself, but you do have to start to build difficulty in the strength. Not only that, but when you get strong in the gym and you're incredibly smart, you will also have more energy to study, and you will be able to push through some of the difficult stuff that you want to study. And then same with the other thing, when you're incredibly smart, you can actually start to cultivate, having proper form and all these other different types of scientific aspects that are with bro science. Okay, so it's cultivating the science and the bro science into it. You could cultivate the science aspect of that studying and of the lifting. Now, one big thing too is this will make you a jacked nerd. If you've ever heard being a jacked nerd is like, nobody could stop you, because literally you are highly intelligent. Okay, you are highly physically fit, and it's not about any of these types of things, but it's also what you are doing is making yourself an asset to society and to the public and to your community and to your tribe and to your family and to your friends and to your relationship and to yourself and to your kids and to everybody around you, because you are a walking billboard. So don't just be jacked and stupid. We have enough of those people. Okay, don't just be smart and scrawny, because we have enough of those people. We need true high value assets, which is somebody who is strong and smart, okay? Somebody who is individualized, intelligent, somebody who is physically peaked, spiritually and mentally peaked, okay? And then cultivating that, putting it all together to become the greatest version that you could possibly be, okay? You should be able to do handstands, okay? Here's the thing. Study like Luke Skywalker. Study like Luke Skywalker. Train like Luke Skywalker in episode 5. Train just like this. You need to be able to do flips. You need to be able to do handstands. You need to be able to do weighted running. You need to be able to do Spartan races. But then also right after that, be able to cultivate. And it's not about test taking. Okay? Tests are no. It makes you not want to study. Fall in love with studying. I love what I study. Why do you think I've gained intelligence because I enjoy studying. I studied I did my major when I was in 8th grade. And then I had people tell me, oh, well, he just sucks at tests and he just passes and he just, he's all right. Like, he's not like an A+ student, but like, he's not a C- student either. He's like a B+ student. And it's just like, it's because I don't care. I just know that, okay, if I do this long enough and I'm just consistent long enough, then it's fine. But is that learning? No, because I don't retain, and I'm grateful I don't retain half the shit that they try to program me and condition me with inhumanely, by the way, inhumanely conditioning. Because I never asked for it. I never asked for me to learn that way. I like to learn. We like to learn through experience. This is why our kids are feeling, broken down. You got to get them outside. You got to teach them through experience. They got to eat dirt. They got to eat shit. They got to get the shit beat out of them. That too. I know that sounds crazy. And I'm not saying like you beat them. I'm not saying that. I'm like you can discern between our words. But I'm saying like we have to go through hardship and suffering to be able to, really cultivate. And also, I think that there is an apparent thing that we teach our kids, that they are sovereign beings, that they are not yours. They are not yours. As a matter of fact, if you sign that birth certificate when they were younger, they're not yours. They are the government's. Okay, until they claim their name, then they're themselves. But as soon as we write over a certificate of birth, or birth certificate, not a live certificate of birth, certificate of birth, not a birth certificate, which is what you signed. Okay, birth certificates of what you signed. That is signing it over. You are a number, you're a name, you're owned by the Vatican. Okay, in that cultivation, what happens is if you just log a live certificate of birth and you don't sign them over, they are yours, okay, until they become theirs. But it's ultimately your job to teach them to be self-reliant, self-autonomous, individual, authoritative, original. You guys get the whole point. The whole thing about this is that it's empowerment. It's to the core empowerment, growing inside of yourself, okay? That is really what it is. And now, as we cultivate these types of things, discipline yourselves consistently in this. Develop yourself consistently in this. So be disciplined in being the athlete. Be disciplined in being the scholar. Put them together. You win the scholar athlete. And that's the thing is also set higher standards in these school and scholastic and even athletes. Set higher standards. A lot of athletes are unhappy. A lot of athletes are alcoholics. A lot of athletes have poor diets, but they're fucking awesome. I'm not saying anything bad about them. A lot of smart people are still too stupid. A lot of smart people are still too scrawny. A lot of intelligent people only are smart in the systems. They're erudite. They're too erudite, where they know all of the numbers and they know all of the analytics and they know all of the electricity and all the different synapses and connections of, all these different connections of the system. But it's about transcending the system. It's about transcending the scholastic system. It's about transcending the athletic system and being your own athlete and scholar. So be the scholar and the athlete. Okay? Be a jack nerd. Peace, much love. Namaste. Talk to you guys soon. This is be the athlete and the scholar. Don't just be one or the other, because then you'll just be dumb and buff, or you'll be smart and scrawny. So peace, much love. Namaste.